Hey, here's just a quick video on showing you new things that are within results since the last time you were in, basically. So first of all, we'll start with out back. You have out here, obviously it's now locked there. That's to keep us safe because some JK could get in there and hack through our door or steal the stuff that we've got stored outside. So there's now a padlock for that. So I'm going to sort out a system for the keys for that. Okay. Out here we have. Let's see. Right, we've got some kettlebells. So this is stuff for using outdoors. Okay, there's a load of mats which I've been keeping out here. Now I air these out, otherwise they end up stinking. So what I do is I usually take them and lay them upside down outside so that the black underside that gets wet when we're outside, I take that and I take them and turn them upside down so the black side is facing up and gets aired out. Okay, those kettlebells are the ones that I take to outdoor sessions, and those medicine balls can be used indoors or out. But if they're going to be used indoors after being used outdoors, obviously I would wipe them down because there's some dirty muddy marks on them. So making sure that people are using clean equipment indoors. For outdoors, it doesn't matter so much if it's got a bit of dirt on it. Okay, the vacuum cleaner is out here as well. Give me a sec. Right, there's some other bits and pieces, the straps, the sticks, the broomsticks for mobility and flexibility work, all of that stuff lying out here rather than in the studio, so decluttered the studio. The blue roll is down. I'm not going to show you it because it's too tight, but it's basically where the boxing gloves used to be stored on that little shelving unit. Okay, and then inside the back room I now have a nice waiting room. The irony is though that nobody's waiting anymore because we have time in between the sessions, so nobody really waits in between sessions. So what we have here is a new chair, a new little table, a couple of chairs over here where people can put jackets and stuff. There will be a coat stand coming in here as well soon. There is that blue roll dispenser here, and there's always hand sanitizer on the back window and soap as well. And there's spare soaps in that top drawer. And there's toilet rolls, spare ones in the bottom drawer as well. Okay. Over here we have a new kettle, and we have different boxes for storing things. Okay, so this is instead of cluttering up the studio with stuff. So what we're doing now is keeping it nicely decluttered. So inside these boxes, if you have a look in these, you'll find certain things like the sliders, lacrosse balls, marker cones, little things like that. Okay, so if we can keep these stored away, this one has resistance bands. There's different foam rollers and stuff like that as well. Okay, so those are there for just keeping the place decluttered. The bathroom's exactly the same as it was. So we'll go through. There's a new clock which I'm going to put up. It's just lying here right now. I just got that today, but that'll be going up on the wall as well. Right, inside the studio it's a bit different. Okay, we have a TV up here now. So what you can do, it's got a Chromecast in it. Okay, it's got a Chromecast in that television. So what you do is turn it on at the wall socket. Okay, and the red light will come on, and then just hit the power button at the top left. Okay, so on here there's several buttons on here. The top left one is the on button there. Okay, and then once that's on, it bleeps when you've clicked it properly. The TV will come on, and then you'll be able to cast your screen of your phone or your tablet onto there. So what I do is I often put up a split between the timer that I'm using. Sometimes I make it full screen. Other times I have the exercises down one side and the timer on the other side, using the split screen mode with an Android. And I use that so that I can see what exercise I'm going to get them to do next at any point, and at the same time I'm able to watch the timer as well. And you can make you have to watch though, when you connect to that screen, the audio will also come out of that screen. So what you need to do is do the screen casting to the screen first. Okay, And then once you've got your screen on there, then connect the Bluetooth to the boombox, and then the audio will come out of the boombox. And what I'm finding is if I move away from here much, I'm finding that the signal will often drop and it will lose what's on the screen. So what I do is I just lay my tablet now over here, right on the dumbbells or really close by, and then that way it doesn't really drop signal at all anymore. Whereas before, when I was taking the tablet over the other side of the room, I was losing the signal quite a bit at the time. So connect to the screen first, so you've got the screencasting, then connect to the boombox for the audio, because if you don't, the audio will come out of the television and it won't be very loud. Okay, so we've got less kettlebells in here than we had before, but that's because still there's some lying outside, and because there's a load of them still on loan to people as well. And we've still got some dumbbells missing as well. A few people have still got things on loan. There's some couple of new studio bars here with some extra discs down there. Neither one of them is particularly heavy, but you can easily put them up to 30, 40 kilos if you share some of the weights from one onto the other. We've got a new ski erg over here. So it's the Concept 2 ski erg. Okay, so what you do with this one, the reason the rower is up here like this is a newer model of rower, and it's up there just to keep it out of the way so there's more open floor space in here. There's little markings on the floor as well, okay? And what I do is I use them as a rough guide for spacing everybody out, and we're operating with 9, so you can get 3 rows of 3 with each mat for each person in the middle of these squares. So see how there's 4 squares there, 1, 2, 3, 4. I put somebody's mat in the middle of there for most sessions, and then that way we get 9 people in. There's a prowler over here, but the idea was I was going to get a like artificial grass floor laid in one row and take out the rubber mats for one row. I didn't end up getting that done because it was a hassle trying to get that done during lockdown. And yeah, people just weren't really around for doing the work during lockdown. Also, there's that punch bag. Now I still have the big red punch bag, which is a better bag. The black one fits in a bit better here in terms of the whole colour scheme of the place. So we've got that one for now, but I'll try and get the red one and get a new black cover on it. There's a new weight tree. There's some new collars for some of the bars and stuff. Everything's the same down this end. There's just two benches at the moment now, and there's brand new mats, okay? So we're going to try and keep these mats good, keep them fresh. There are a load of them stored over here. Okay, so that's where they go. And if people put them away when they're still wet, then they're going to end up still being wet when somebody else takes them out. So what I do is you can space them out and put little gaps in between them like this to let them get a chance to dry out, or just leave them out on the floor to dry out, okay? Alright, with the ski erg, I'll show you through some of the equipment and how we use it just shortly. I'll make another video. Okay, bye for now.